I'm traveling over 8,000 miles through 24 states over 3 weeks only using Amtrak. However, I live in Las Vegas. Let's see if there's any trains from Vegas to LA. All right, looks like we're gonna have to fly. Alright, so I've been in Los Angeles for the past 2 days, and it's been a really fun time getting to see the city and its transit, but now it's time to take the first train of the journey. The Coast Starlight is a long-distance Amtrak train that runs from Los Angeles all the way up to Seattle, with some major stops along the way in Oakland, Sacramento, and Eugene. My first stop along the journey would be Portland, Oregon. I started my day off by heading to Los Angeles Union Station, a beautiful train hub built in the 30s, and still used by dozens of commuter, intercity, and long-distance trains. For long-distance trains out of Los Angeles, you may have to check in at the Amtrak counter for a seat assignment. I never had to do this in any other city. Usually they do this when you're on the platform, but just be aware this might be the case if you're in coach. And after just a little bit of chaos walking out to the platform, I was on my way northbound and headed out of LA and towards the City of Roses. The first hour of the trip mostly consists of riding through the sprawl of the LA metro area, which I can't lie, is incredibly boring. You may even get the wonders of being delayed by a Metrolink train or one of Amtrak's Pacific Surfliners. Honestly, this is an Amtrak long-distance train. You should absolutely be ready for delays. Just vibe with them. You're here for the experience of seeing the country after all. Just after a quick stop in Oxnard, California, the views definitely pick up. You start running directly along the Pacific Ocean, all the way up to San Luis Obispo. The views are truly breathtaking, and if you want to enjoy it from your coach seat, sit on the left-hand side going north. If you get sat on the wrong side of the train, honestly, don't sweat it. There's always the observation car, which is definitely the vibe for these long distances, as it's home to the cafe where you can get snacks, meals, or alcohol while you're in coach. One thing about Amtrak travel, especially long distance, is the people that you meet along the way, whether it's your seatmate or just people wanting to talk in the lounge. Everyone on the train tends to have a very social atmosphere that you rarely see anywhere else. My seatmate for most of this trip was a chill old-timer traveling to go cycle the Oregon coast. Wherever you are, man, hope you're having fun. Eventually, we lost our ocean views and pulled into the more interior parts of Central California, and we had our first major fresh air break in the city of San Luis Obispo. These are periodic breaks where Amtrak will do anything from crew changes to fueling the train. They allow you to step out and get some fresh air or light a cigarette. Don't wander too far from the platform though. You don't want to get left behind. More on that in a future vlog. Alright, let's talk about some real crap now. What's the bathroom situation like on board? For coach, there's about 4 to 5 bathrooms in each car and a changing room as well, and they're generally well kept. I would, however, make sure that the door is locked as it's a little tricky. For the sinks on board, I would definitely pay attention to them. They do tend to have a really high water pressure. Coach passengers on Amtrak unfortunately don't have access to showers. However, if you do book a roomette or a room, you will get access to showers. Personally, when traveling in coach, I just packed baby wipes to clean up for the multiple night trips, and for any trips that were only one night, I would usually just take a shower before I boarded the train. Back to the scenery. After rolling through Central California in the afternoon, around sunset, we started to pull into San Jose, meaning that we were entering the Bay Area. I went to go get some dinner around this time, however, before I went, I saw some really cool new train sets that Caltrain had in their yard at Diridon in San Jose. The track Caltrain operates on between San Francisco and San Jose is being electrified, and these new Stadler Kisses are going to be moving commuters between the two cities. It's so nice to see some modern train sets in the US. First, food review, Cafe Edition. Amtrak is always changing its menu in the cafe car, so this was the first time I got to try their new Asian noodle bowl. It was perfectly fine by train standards, and to be honest, I thought it would have tasted better if it was heated up, but I was still excited about the future of the trip that I was on, and I wasn't gonna let one mid-food item ruin my night. It was now pretty late, and now time for my first night sleeping in an Amtrak coach seat. These West Coast train seats are incredibly comfy with a lot of padding, a large recline, and a footrest for when you're sleeping. But I am a side sleeper, and sleeping in chairs is the bane of my existence. Knowing this, I packed an inflatable pillow, a blanket, and an eye mask. I also had earplugs, but to me the noise of the train helps me fall asleep. I got a nice 4 hours of sleep, and when I woke up I was incredibly groggy. But remember, this is my first night sleeping in this seat, and personally I thought I did better than what I was going to do. I woke up around 5:30 in the morning, and my seatmate earlier yesterday gave me some great advice. He told me that we would be passing Mount Shasta around 6 in the morning. This point in the trip is essentially the entrance to Cascadia, the Pacific Northwest. This is my first time in this part of the world, and my god was it majestic. On the light of the morning, something truly beautiful as a welcome to this region in the world. We would end up going by Mount Shasta, but these mountains are volcanoes, and incredibly prominent too. You can see their snow-capped majestic view from well over 100 miles away, even going through the flatter lands near Klamath Falls. After one more beautiful mountain pass, we entered the Willamette River Valley and passed Eugene, Oregon, on my way up to my final destination of this trip, Portland. Stepping off the train after 28 hours was such a relief, and enjoying the sights of the station before going to my hostel in the most Portland way possible. Cycling the 5 blocks, checking in, then throwing my stuff down in the room, and then heading out with a friend to explore the city. More on that in part 2. Thank you for watching the first part of this series. If you want to support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support me on other platforms, I have my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok that you can follow. And if you want to support the channel in other ways, we also have our Patreons and merch linked below. Thank you guys for watching the video, and y'all have a great day.